All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome in. Little shipping live. We're going to be pretty quick because we do have a showing in an hour and a half. So Kayla, you'll see her walking around in the background. She's cleaning up the house, making sure it looks all spotless for the people viewing the house. But we have somebody viewing the house today and someone viewing the house tomorrow. So that's really good. Hopefully this weekend we get a bunch of people viewing and we make a sale on the house because we really want to sell it. But got some orders to ship out. I think we have 10 eBay, 2 Poshmark, and 1 Depop. No Mercari sales. Of course, Mercari is dead. There's a lady jumping in. Mercari is dead right now. Maybe she wants to go outside? No. Anyways, Mercari's dead right now, so we have eBay, Poshmark, and Mercari to ship out. If you bought something on our Whatnot show yesterday, appreciate everybody coming out. It was a really successful show. Sold 100 and I think it was 140 items. I thought it was more like 100, but 140 items. We still have like, I want to say like 50-ish pieces left over from that bulk buy that we just couldn't rack up. We didn't have any room to rack up anymore. So I'll probably do it again next Thursday because I do have leftovers from a previous bulk buy that I got from the same guy like 2 weeks ago that I haven't even touched. So we'll probably just do another show next Thursday, have some fun, do some gift card giveaways, and then tomorrow night we have another huge Whatnot show. So make sure you bookmark all upcoming shows because they're gonna be fun. Last night, like crazy stuff. We ran some really good stuff last night for people to buy. The first item was a Polo Ralph Lauren lamb's wool vintage. It was a Polo Golf lamb's wool vintage sweater, and it went for $9. So whoever got that, you're gonna turn that into like 60 to 80 bucks easily. So nice little pickup first sale of the day. What's up, Natalie? What's up, Juliet? Amy's in the house. What's up, Amy? Puppy's here. Yeah, Puppy's in the background, moving all around. She's Kayla's cleaning, so she's just walking all around, following her everywhere. What's up, D the God in the house? Thanks for the great tutorials for Nifty. Signed up and was able to navigate pretty well. Awesome. I do have another tutorial. I'm going to wait. So there's a couple little updates coming. I can't say what it is, but a couple updates coming within the next couple weeks to Nifty. And as soon as that happens, I'll make an AI tutorial because I know some of you want to see how the AI works. So I plan to make a full AI guide, but I don't want to put it out before the new updates happen because then I'll have to like redo it and I don't want to have to redo it. So that'll happen within the next couple weeks. You guys will see that. But really good updates coming to Nifty. You guys will like the updates. I got a little sneak peek on them, and I think you guys will like them. All right, let's go ahead and get started. One Depop order, first Depop order and only Depop order. I just listed this the other day. I didn't even get a chance to put it away in inventory. As you can see, there's no inventory number on it. This is a Polo Ralph Lauren. It's a men's size small, but it's a big pony with a Crest logo. You can't see the Crest logo, but it's in there all folded up. Nice polo. If you ever find these, pick them up. They're easy money. This one sold over on Depop for $25. Remember, Depop fees are almost non-existent. I probably had like $1 in fees on this. So I can take a little bit of a lower offer. I think I had this listed for $30, but I took a $25 offer because fees are so small. Love a tutorial on how shipping works once it sells. Yes, I could do that too. I have lots of tutorials planned as soon as we move. Once I get my own like space to make videos, because right now it's like I have this room and then the next room and the kids are always running around being crazy. So I don't have the opportunity to like make the videos I want to make. So as soon as we move and I get my own space, plan on having a lot of like tutorial videos on YouTube, like just basic tutorial videos. I'll have tons of them coming out. I forgot to print my labels, chat. I guess we'll print them as we go since I don't have too many today. Good day in sales yesterday though. 13 orders? 13 orders yesterday. On a Thursday is pretty good. Plus all the Whatnot stuff we sold. So it was a really good day in sales. All right, that one's shipped. Miss your thrifting videos? Yes, those are coming soon too. Once the kids go back to school and life becomes normal again, we'll get back on a normal routine. I'll start doing the live, I'll do the live thrifting back on Whatnot again. It's just the last couple weeks have been crazy. My birthday was last week, so we were out all week. This week we have showings like every week. So like right now we have a showing, so we have to get the whole house prepared and get like it cleaned up. And we have a lot of business stuff everywhere, so we have to make sure that's all put away. But once we get moved and once the kids go back to school, life will go back to normal. I can't wait for life to go back to normal because it's been crazy. Trying to run a business and trying to keep up with everything that's going on is, yeah, it's craziness. Anyways, Grunt Style, good brand to look out for. This doesn't sell for what it used to. It used to sell for like really good money, but I got this for like $2 at a thrift store. There was like 3 of them back to back. Grunt Style flannel shirt. I know it's not flannel season yet, but this buffalo plaid sells really well. This one only sold for 18 bucks. It's just like a bread and butter item, nothing crazy. But like I said, they were like $2 back to back, so I couldn't leave them. By the way, I just got the shirt. I put it in the wash and somehow it got dirty in the wash. You know how annoying that is? A white shirt, I can never keep these solid white. I got the same shirt in black too, and I should have just bought more in black. So this isn't like dirt, this is literally from the wash. I don't know what happened. Must have rubbed up against something, and gosh, so freaking annoying. I'm gonna try to bleach this shirt to get it back to normal. It's a Polo Ralph Lauren shirt. I like it. I like the shirt. I don't want it to get ruined. It's already ruined. All right, that one shipped. It's a Poshmark order, so it is going inside of a priority mail envelope. So yeah, I know this could go ground advantage, but it's a Poshmark sale, so use the free USPS supplies. I got one more Posh sale, and let me print out this label so I can have it ready to go, and then I can close out this tab. There it goes. Starting on Whatnot, what do you recommend a starting price for clothing? I see people losing so much money with dollar starts. Yeah, I don't suggest starting at dollar starts. We don't even do dollar starts anymore. Dollar starts is like, yeah, you want to attract a crowd, right? That's the whole purpose of dollar starts, is like, hey, give out really good deals. But the only issue with that is if you ever want to grow and you ever want to start making money on Whatnot, and you start upping your starting price, you start losing those dollar start people. So what I would suggest is, yes, your first couple shows are going to be super, super slow, but I would highly suggest starting your prices at where you're already making profit. For example, last night's show, we started everything at $7. My average buy cost on that buy was somewhere between $5 and $6 per unit on that buy. So I already started in the profit. No matter what I sell each item for, if it sells for $7, I make a profit on each one. That's why I did that starting price. The reason we do $10 starts on like a Saturday night show is that's consignment. So I want to make sure that consigners make as much money as they possibly can on their product. Starting at 10 helps them at least make some sort of money on each one of their items. On those shows, it's not so much about how much we make, although we would like to make a lot of money. It's more so the consigners make a good amount of money. So that's our thought process behind the $10 starts. Dollar starts, if we ever do dollar starts, it's basically inventory that I don't have much money in at all, or I just want to clear it out. That's why we would do dollar starts. But yeah, we started our Whatnot show with dollar starts, and it was really hard to try to navigate to move our way back up to $7 to $10 starts. So when you first start, be consistent and start your items where you want them to sell at. If you run an item and it doesn't sell, it's not the end of the world. You go to the next item. I know a lot of people watch our shows and see every single item sell, so when they do their first show, when they run an item and it doesn't sell, they're like, oh, I must be doing something wrong. And no, you're not doing anything wrong. It's just nobody in the show wanted that specific item. You don't have enough of a crowd yet, but you will grow that crowd to where you can just run everything and boom, 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 make sales one after another. So don't get discouraged when you don't sell something on a show. It's not the end of the world. And trust me, if you sell 15 items in an hour and you ran 45 items and only 15 sold, you wouldn't have sold those 15 items on eBay anyway in that hour. So you're winning. And also, last thing is, Whatnot is dollar per hour, not dollar per unit. A lot of people confuse that. When I put out that video recently where I went and spent $600 and I made $177 and it only took me 3 hours and 15 minutes to do that, I had so many people in the comment section like, your profit per unit sucks. I would never do that. And I'm like, I spent 3 hours to make $177. You cannot do that on eBay. It's almost impossible unless you're selling like super high velocity items on eBay where you can go the same day and flip all those items. But there's no way you're selling 70 plus items on eBay that you just picked up that day. That's the thought process. You got to change your mindset with Whatnot. It's dollars per hour, not dollars per unit. So that's my little rant about Whatnot. Use some bluing to wash with white items. I should have washed this separate because it was a new shirt. I actually washed 3 of them and they all came out the same. And I'm like, oh, there must have been something in the wash that stained them. Oh well, it's like an around the house shirt now. I can get these. These are at TJ Maxx and Marshalls. If you guys are looking for nice like Polo Ralph Lauren shirts, you can get these pretty cheap at TJ Maxx and Marshalls. I can grow Whatnot audience, consistency, and bring good items. Don't try to sell all of the junk that's not selling in your eBay store. That's like number one thing I see from most sellers is they go through and they find all their flawed items in their eBay store and they find all their items that aren't selling, that are small sizes, that never move. And they start a Whatnot show and they're like super excited, like, oh, I'm going to start a Whatnot show and I'm going to bring all the junk that's not selling. It's like, if it's not selling on eBay, why do you think it's going to sell on Whatnot? unless you want to do dollar starts and clear that stuff out, if you want to grow your Whatnot audience, you should be bringing some of the best stuff with higher starts. So if you have new with tag North Face or new with tag Patagonia, and like for example, we bought that new with tag piece just the other day, the new with tag North Face piece for $6 at Goodwill. We ran it last night at a $7 start. No matter what happens, we make a profit on that item, even if it's a very small profit. But that ended up going for $30. So if you fill your shows with that kind of stuff, you'll bring a good audience. Just don't bring the junk that's not selling, because that's what 99% of the people that start Whatnot do, is they feel like it's a way to get rid of all their garbage, basically. And you're not going to grow the audience you want to grow if you bring garbage to your shows. Next up, Eileen Fisher. This is just a simple Eileen Fisher long sleeve shirt. Kayla picked this up. Again, we only paid $2 for this at a thrift store. It's a very, very simple piece, but these Eileen Fisher pieces do sell very well. Sold for $22.99 plus shipping. This one sold before we could even put it away. I just listed this the other day. Sold really quickly. I used Nifty to create the listing for this. Nifty did a good job, and the person came in and bought it. So $22.99 plus ship. Paid $2 for it. Nice little bread and butter piece. Linda says yes. Yeah, I see so many people. I see so many good creators too. So many people that are on social media, and they like, I'm gonna start doing Whatnot, and then they do it, and all I see is their first show is like, this piece has a small flaw here. Oh, the next piece, this piece has a small flaw here. It's okay to run flawed pieces that are good on Whatnot, but don't bring all of your flawed pieces and expect people not to understand exactly what you're doing. You're trying to move your flawed stuff. And people see right through that. They're like, oh, okay, this is what this person's doing. They're just using us to get rid of their flawed stuff because they can't sell it. Instead, we bring the stuff that we sell every single day. Like this Eileen Fisher shirt, you could probably catch it on Whatnot. Polo Ralph Lauren, we sell that all the time. You'll catch us selling that on Whatnot. It's not like we're bringing junk we can't sell. Last night I brought a alpaca wool blend Polo Ralph Lauren knit sweater, like a really, really good one. $100+ item, brought it to Whatnot, ran it at $7, because that's how you grow an audience over there. And don't be afraid to lose money at first too. That's another thing I want to talk about, is if you do a lot of giveaways at first to bring a crowd in, and you run items and you break even on the items, and after your giveaway spend you lose a little bit of money, that's okay. Normal businesses, when they're starting up, they're going to lose a little bit of money in the beginning to try to grow that audience. Brick and mortars do the same exact thing. So when we first started, basically all the money we made on the previous show we would use for giveaways for the next show. So we used to give away like brand new Jordans. We used to give away like gift card giveaways like we do right now. Don't be afraid to do that, to start to grow an audience, to lose a little bit of money in the beginning to then make money in the long run. That's think long game and not so much short game. Speaking of Polo Ralph Lauren, this is a Polo Ralph Lauren featherweight mesh. I think we sold like 3 of these on Whatnot in the last like month. Featherweight mesh, men's size small. This one sold for $22.99 plus shipping. Nice, easy bread and butter sale. Featherweight mesh shirts usually go for $25 to $27. This one was a men's size small, so I priced it a little bit lower to get it to move fast. Yeah, if this was an extra large or a 2XL, I definitely would have priced it up a little bit higher, but men's smalls tend to sit for a little bit, so I like to move them pretty quick. This one's shipping out for $5.70. Like I talked about on my live yesterday, I'm doing flat rate shipping on eBay now. I'm charging all buyers for pieces like this $7, so I'm still making a little bit of a profit, but the buyers aren't spending, $11 or $10 to ship this shirt. So the buyers are getting a better deal because they're not, getting overcharged for retail shipping. Next up, another item we sold plenty of last night that we sold one of yesterday. This one again was just listed. This is a Brooks Brothers men's size large plaid shirt, no logo. The ones with the logos tend to sell for a little bit more. This one does not have a logo anywhere on it. Sold for $19.99 plus shipping. Easy bread and butter sale. Again, we picked this up. We bought this really cheap at a thrift store. Anytime I buy Brooks Brothers that doesn't have a logo on the front, I'm usually spending like $2 or $3 for it at a thrift store. It's usually like 75% off, and it's like $8, so I get it for $2, and I can't pass on it at that price because it's such easy bread and butter money. This one's gonna ship for 13 ounces. Watched a show last night and was getting mad because nothing was selling, but I was watching a show last night and he was getting mad because nothing was selling but every item was damaged. Yeah, it's just like, I almost want to go into those shows and be like, do you expect people to buy all damaged items? The only reason, why don't you go to your eBay store and grab your best item and run it on Whatnot? Like I would do that 100%. Obviously I have a crowd right now, but I would have done that in the beginning. Somebody was like, hey, I saw you pick up that Robert Graham shirt that was brand new with tags. I know it's like worth 150. Will you run it? I'll be like, sure. I'll start it at $15 because I paid $11 for it. If I make a little bit of money, it's a win-win. Close Mentor is asking me to do another show with them sometime next week. Let's go. I love it. I love it. D the God in the house. I love it. I love that you're doing a lot of stuff that's similar to what we're doing, and you're not afraid to do it. I like that. You're going to be really successful. I just know it. Next up, Ralph Lauren shirt. This is a men's size 15 and a half. I don't normally pick up number sizes, but this one had a really good plaid pattern. I think I got this in a bulk buy anyway, so I didn't really have a choice. Sold for $22.99 plus shipping. Yeah, Dora is doing exactly what Dora should be doing. What everybody in this chat should be doing. Going, making connections, building an audience, putting out social media content. Yeah, I can see you growing to something big because you're doing everything you're supposed to be doing. And you're not making excuses either. You're just going out and doing it. Your first show probably wasn't the best show at Close Mentor, but I bet you 10 shows from now, you're selling like 50 items in a store that you have no buy cost in. That's the best part, is you're going to make money with no buy cost. You still got to buy the items, right? But you get a little discount, so then you make money. You're basically making free money. Like, that's the easiest way to make money, is make free money. Make that free money. All right, next order. What's up, Sarah? What's up, Mary? Everybody's here. What's up, everybody? We should follow God's ways. I think we should, Amy. We should follow D the God's ways. D the OD. Follow it. Smart. I like it. Would you explain eBay promoting? How do you pick what percentage to choose? Why is it important? So I was doing 7% for a while. My sales were dipping during summer slowdown. So to offset that, I bumped it back up to 9% just like a day or two ago. There's no real number, right? It's not 9% isn't the number that everybody should do. I think you should start with like 3%, and I think you should slowly start to increase that and see where that sweet spot is, where you start getting a lot of sales, but it really isn't hurting your profit margin because you are going to pay to promote those pieces. So that's what I would say. Start playing around with it. Start at 3%, test that for a month, then do 5%, test that for a month, 7%, 9%. Get to where you're comfortable with the promotion rate, because the promotion rate for everybody is not the same. Some people promote at 20% because they want everything to be promoted at the very top. And they have very little buy cost in their items, so they can afford that. Whereas probably me and you don't have that luxury of having a super low buy cost. Next up, Polo Ralph Lauren. This is just a simple polo shirt, but it's a men's 2XLT. I think we ran one of these on Whatnot yesterday and didn't even get a bid at like $7. This one sold for $20.70. Buyer paid shipping on this, and Nifty sent out a 10% offer. So we do have good deals on our Whatnot shows. You guys should pop in and get some easy bread and butter pieces. We have bread and butter pieces like this, and then we have normal like higher end pieces. So nice little sale. The reason this one sold for a little bit over that $19.99 price that I usually price these at is because it was a men's 2XLT. It was a big and tall size. And this one's going to ship out for 15 ounces. Buyer paid $6.88. I'm paying $7. What's up, Christine? No problem, Tammy. What's up, Susan? Welcome in, everybody. It's gonna be a quick shipping live because, like I said, we gotta be out of the house in like 30 minutes because we got a showing. We got a showing today at between 1 and 1:30, and then we also have a showing tomorrow morning, super early. So we got to somehow keep the house clean with the kiddos over the next 24 hours, which is going to be the hardest part. Next up, Lily Pulitzer. This thing sat in our store forever, but it didn't have a size on it, so that's probably why it sat for so long. Sold for $22.50. I just took a best offer on this to get it to move. I probably should have took this out and ran it on Whatnot because it probably would have done really well. But yeah, no size on this. I'm sure that like made it sit for a little bit, but it ended up selling. We paid $8.56 for this, so not a huge profit. Probably like a mistake buy because we probably shouldn't have bought something that didn't have a size, especially a dress. It's kind of hard to size out dresses. That one's going to ship for 1 pound, 4 ounces, and buyer paid $7 for shipping, and it's going to cost me $6.21. See, that person would have paid like crazy money for that, for shipping. They didn't have to. Amy is one of my favorite disciples. Amy's one of mine too. Amy's better than Surfs, even though she does make fun of me quite often. I think I'm switching to Nifty from List Perfectly. How does it handle multiple quantity listings for the D list? It does a very good job at that. That's number one thing I asked, and I think that's one thing that List Perfectly has an issue with. It does do multi-quantity drops. So let's say you have this red Van Lee polo that's brand new with tags. You went to TJ Maxx, you got 10 of these, right? And you put a multi-quantity size large of 10. As soon as you sell one of them, let's say you sell it on Mercari, it will drop the price on all other or drop the quantity on all other platforms, and it will automatically relist the item for you on Mercari, because remember, Mercari you can only have a quantity of one. So it keeps that item listed on Mercari and it drops the quantity. The only thing it doesn't drop, and this was what every cross lister doesn't do, is if you have a multi-variation listing. If you have a multi-variation listing, there's no way for it to have 3 of the same item listed on Mercari with different sizes in the title. That just doesn't work. It doesn't make sense. So if you do have multi-variation listings, I would highly suggest breaking those up and making singular quantity listings for those. So if you have, let's say, a red Van Lee polo like this, an extra large, medium, and large all in the same listing on eBay, break that up into 3 listings, and then you let Nifty delist and relist those, because it won't be able to work with a variation. It just, there's no way for it to detect this listing on Mercari, this listing, and this listing is the same as the singular listing on eBay, right? It's just too much for it to handle. But multi-variation or multi-quantity listings, it'll do a really, really good job of. That's the number one question I asked Nifty when I first moved over was, hey, how do you handle this? And they told me that, and I was like, all right, I'm sold. Because it's really annoying to sell like a multi-quantity listing on eBay and then have to remember it's a multi-quantity and then go to the other platforms and pull one down. Nifty does that all for you. So, Paris St. Joseph statue in your yard, your house will sell. I don't know what that reference is. I don't know. What size are your clear clothes bags? They're 10 by 13. They're linked in my link tree, Glenn, in my bio. If you go to my bio, right now I have a link tree on my YouTube channel. Click on the products we use daily section. You'll see the bags linked there. I have the pack of 1,000 bags because I buy them in bulk. I get a little bit of a discount if you buy them in bulk. But you can also just swipe down and grab whatever quantity size you want. But the size bags that are selected right there, when you click on that, in our Amazon storefront, that's the exact bags we use. So it'll take you right to the size we use, and then you can pick whatever quantity you want of that size. But I think they're, if I can remember correctly, they're 10 by 13. That red Van Lee polo we just picked up at TJ Maxx and Marshalls for, I think we paid $24 for it. It's only sold, or maybe $20 for it. It only sold for $36. And the reason why it sold for a little bit less, the last one a couple days ago sold for $44.99, is because we didn't notice that this had like a stain on the bottom. It looks like somebody like dragged it on the floor, and we couldn't wash it. So we just put in the description that it does have a small mark at the bottom. Sold for a little bit less. We probably shouldn't have bought it. I should have looked over the items a little bit better. Make sure you're doing that if you're doing the yellow tag clearance event coming up in a couple weeks or whatever it is. Make sure you're checking over your items thoroughly, because just because it's coming from a retail store does not mean it's not stained or flawed. So make sure you look them over. We were doing like really quick shopping, and yeah, we missed the stain. So just make sure you don't make the same mistake I did. All right. Next sale is a Ralph Lauren Yarmouth size 16.5. Again, we don't normally pick up these sizes, but I got in a bulk buy, kind of got stuck with it. Still sold for $22.99 plus ship. It's actually making me rethink about picking up the number sizes, because I've been selling them very frequently. So I might actually start picking them up again. Others want to do the same thing. Just keep your expectations low and have fun. I like it. I like it. That's good advice. I think a lot of people, going on what you're saying, a lot of people compare themselves to others, especially like larger influencers that have a social media audience. Obviously, when we fire up a show, it's completely different than somebody that doesn't have a social media presence. Yeah, you're going to start slower, but you can get to the point where we are. It's just going to take you a little bit more time. You're going to have to be extra consistent. And if you want to grow a social media audience, it's free to grow social media. Dora is doing the same thing right now, starting to post up content. And get some views out there. That's what you should be doing, because it's free to do. If everybody in here has an iPhone or an Android, you can make YouTube videos, really good YouTube videos too. And you don't need any special editing software. Most of mine are edited on iMovie, which is absolutely free. So yeah, I think a lot of people have more excuses than they do like ambition to actually grow something. Some say they list first on eBay, then use Nifty to post on other platforms. I'm not sure why they do this when Nifty pretty much can do it all. What do you do? I do that. I used to do it the other way, Tammy. So what I used to do, and the reason why they're doing that is because I used to want to make sure my listing was perfect on eBay because that's where I'm selling most of my stuff. Like today I have 10 sales on eBay, 2 on Poshmark, 1 on Mercari, or 1 on Depop. So I wanted to make my listing perfect on eBay because that's where most of my business is. But I learned that Nifty does a really good job creating listings for me. So another reason they do that way too is because when you create it on eBay and you download the listings into Nifty, it doesn't cost you a listing credit for the eBay listing. But if you create your listing within eBay and then you cross list to all platforms, you're using an extra credit. So if you cross list to 4 platforms, you would use 4 credits instead of 3 if you listed on eBay first. But with this new AI tool, not new AI tool, it's been around for like a year, but with the Nifty AI tool, I'd rather just create the listing in Nifty, use AI to create my listing, and then cross list immediately. It's such a time saver. It's so easy to do. Yeah, I really like it. So that's why we do that now. We switch to the better way that you're saying to do. Next up, Bugatti shirt. I don't normally pick up Bugatti shirts unless they have a crazy pattern. This would define as a crazy pattern right here. Insane, all over print. I picked this up at Goodwill. I think it was in one of our thrifting videos that we picked all these up. I think I want to say I paid $7.98, so it's like $8.56 with tax. This one sold for $34.99 plus shipping. Don't pick up all Bugatti shirts, but the crazy pattern ones, grab these because these sell really well. This is actually, I think I only have one more from that haul that I need to sell, and then everything's sold. Others want to do the same thing. Oh, I already got that one. What size are your white shipping bags, please? These, 9 by 11. They're also, Glenn, if you go to my link tree in my bio, you go to the Amazon storefront, they're linked there. If you want to buy them from GyroPack, which is where we get these usually from, is GyroPack. I have a discount code also linked in my link tree with my code. I think it's KWayShop, and you save 10% off your order. So you actually get a little bit, I think, cheaper rate if you buy on GyroPack instead of going through the Amazon link. So it's only off your first purchase. So use it on GyroPack. Try to buy a big order of them because you get a better discount. And then you can start buying on Amazon after that because you won't be able to use my discount code a second time. Where do you get the boxes used for storage system? Lori, same thing. If you go to my pin post on Facebook or in the description of this live, my link tree is linked there. Go to the products we use on a daily basis section and then click on the boxes. Also, if you go over to my Instagram page, it's really easy to find on my Instagram page. It's a little harder on Facebook because it's like in my pin post. But if you go over to my Instagram page, right here is a link tree link. You're going to click on that link tree link. You're going to click on this. You can also go to my Facebook page from there. And then that's going to open a second page. It's going to look like this, right? This second link right here is my link tree link. That's all the products we use on a daily basis. You're going to click on that. It's going to open another page. Lots of pages being opened. And then you're going to be here. As soon as you make it here, the boxes are right here. The bags we use are right here under the shipping products. If you need the buttoning tool, it's right there. If you need the light box that we have behind us is right there. These are almost sold out, by the way. I think there's only 4 left. So if you want them, I don't know when they restock, so you might want to grab one pretty quick. And then we have the miscellaneous products, but the bags are here. Both bag questions we got are right here. Boxes are right here. And again, when you click on these, it'll take it to the exact bags that we use. This is the 1,000 count. If you don't want a 1,000 count, you just got to look for a 9 by 12 and a different count. 9 by 12. They have a 9 by 12 and a smaller count. Maybe they only have them a 1,000 count. Let me see. Hold on. Do they have them in a different quantity? Maybe they only have them in a 1,000 count. Oh well. For $50 you get 1,000. You'll be able to use them forever. I might have to look for. Oh, there's one 100 pack right there. I'm blind. There's a 100 pack of the 9 by 12 right next to it for $15. So you just click on the quantity you want. But these are the bags that you see me using right now. But all the products. If you click on these bags right here, it'll take you right to the same bags that we use, 200 pieces for $18.99. I think there's different quantities for these too. Yeah, there's different quantities, so just select the quantity you want. The more you buy, the better discount you get. Boxes are here. So just go to the boxes. Of course, it opened a different page, but yeah, click on that. It'll open a different page. All the products we use are right there. And those are, as an Amazon affiliate link, it doesn't cost you any more. If you have Prime shipping, most of those are Prime shipping. And we do get a kickback whenever you buy. Again, it doesn't cost you any more to buy. It's just a way for us to make a little spare change sending you to Amazon. Will you do a kid show soon? Probably this weekend. Depends on how many bookings we have to view the house. I want to try to do it Sunday afternoon, But if we have people coming on Sunday afternoon, I might have to move it to like Tuesday night or something like that. It probably will be moved because we have a bunch of people coming to the showing. Appreciate you, Judith. Yeah, we have a bunch of people coming to the showing. We have another person that mentioned they want to view the house to our realtor, to my sister. So probably all weekend we're gonna have people walking in and out of this house because we did just drop the price significantly. So we dropped it so we could sell it pretty quick. Ralph Lauren chambray shirt, men's size extra large. Good shirt to look out for. This one sold for 40 bucks. I grabbed this at a thrift store. It was at a Goodwill. I think it was $9.98. So anytime you find Ralph Lauren brand new with tags for that price, it's an easy pickup. Like even basic Ralph Lauren pieces, pink with the logo on the front. And I actually could have waited to sell this for more, but I got it so cheap that I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna move this fast, make that money. No use in waiting for a full price sale. So I took a best offer of 40 for this one. And that will be the last order we're shipping out. I appreciate you guys hanging out. If you guys have any last minute questions, feel free to drop them in the chat while I'm shipping out this order. Again, we have a Whatnot show tomorrow, so make sure you go bookmark it. Also use the link in my bio or the link in my link tree to sign up and you get $15 for free. We had a bunch of people last night that came for the first time. I know a lot of them used their credits too. They got really good deals and they got $15 off for free. It's literally free money just sitting in my bio. There's no catches. You just got to create a new account. That's the only real catch. And then I wanted to make a YouTube video this week, but I doubt I'm going to have time this weekend to make one. So expect a couple YouTube videos probably next week, full-length videos, because I didn't have time to make any this week. We were just super busy. Just started using your inventory system and love it. It makes pulling orders so easy. To pull all of these orders, legit took me less than 3 minutes to pull them, and I have a whole bunch of crap in the garage that makes it a little bit harder to pull orders. So yeah, pull 13 orders. That's like 3 minutes of work if you have that inventory system. It's so nice. And if you guys want a video on that, I have that video on YouTube as well to watch that whole video on how to set up my inventory system. Live feeds and sharing knowledge. Love them. Appreciate you, Tammy. Appreciate you being here. Appreciate you guys, all of you guys, for the good lucks in the chat. Hopefully these people put an offer in today and we can just be done. And then we can go look for houses. That's the best part, is going to look for something to buy. And then we can move and have like a Whatnot space and have my own space to do this in. That would be so nice. It'd be so nice. All right, appreciate you guys hanging out. And I might be live later tonight doing some photos. I might not. I'll see how the night goes and see what Kayla has planned for me. So if I do, expect me to be on live possibly around like 10:30 tonight. And appreciate you guys.